Riffical Records presents the Projekt Gemineye Update with your host, Mark Anthony Kay. Greetings, friends, and welcome to Projekt Gemineye Update number 30. Yes, it's a monumental number. And on today's update, I'm very pleased to announce that I will now today show you the finished product, the vinyl version of the Projekt Gemineye release, An Ordinary Day. It had arrived the day I was leaving for the Nashville Rock and Pod convention. So over the weekend it had been sitting here, and I'm very happy to have checked it out now. Everything looks fantastic, and I'm here to show you what it looks like. And for those of you who have already participated in a pre-order and have ordered your copy, you will see now what you have bought. And those of you who have not yet bought and are waiting for some particular reason, maybe this might give you the reason to buy it. So let's check it out. So take mine out of my protective plastic sleeve that I have. Of course, copy 1, because all of these are numbered out of 100. I have copy 1, of course. It is my album after all. So here you have the album. As you can see, it looks fantastic. There's the hype sticker on the front. Let's see if I can get a bit closer on the hype sticker so you can see it. A collection of 6 tracks that takes one away to exotic worlds. That's from Martin Popoff. That was his actual words when he reviewed the CD version of the album. Very pleased to have been able to use that quote for the hype sticker. Here's the back. Let's see if we can get a nice closer look here. As you see, they're numbered. Here's my autograph. Okay, so now you've pretty much seen that when I had the album flats before, but now let's show you the things that you get that you didn't see. So inside you get a lyric sheet, some of my imagery in there as well. Some of you might recognize some of these. A thank you list and stuff. So there's the lyric insert. If you are one of first 50, as I promised, you have inside the poster, the limited edition poster. Just make sure I have it the right way here. Yep. There's the poster. As you can see, it is numbered. Oh, of course, I'm going the wrong way. Numbered and signed there by James McCarthy and dated when he did it. Now, onto the good stuff. Or the main reason of buying a vinyl album, is the vinyl itself. So, as I promised before, none of those crappy sort of paper sleeves. These are plastic anti-static sleeves here. So every one of them comes with that. And here is the actual album itself. I can get this in there properly. Translucent blue vinyl. That's the label on side A. As you'll see, it'll say this side, other side. And on the other side, I had a wonderful logo done by a member of the Gemineye Club. And that's on the other side. It is a lot lighter the blue than it appears on camera. So, but it's a very, very good looking record. It sounds good too, which I was very adamant about, and made sure that I stressed this very highly to the people that were pressing it, that I would not take any shortcuts, or I didn't want anything done that could sacrifice the quality of the record. So that is the album, and as I mentioned on the prior episode, I broke down the cost. I broke down the cost of the album, and the pre-order is still going on, so everything that was mentioned before is still pending for this release, obviously. Now, I will put the information down in the description area again, how much it costs if you are a non-member of the Gemineye Club, and how much it will cost you if you are a member of the Gemineye Club. There will be a slight difference, not much, but enough to want to be a member of the club. Let's just put it that way. But even if you don't have the members discount, for the cost that it is, which is just $30 plus shipping, depending on where you are located, the shipping costs vary. Anywhere from $5 to, let's say, $20, unfortunately, if you live in Australia or Japan. But if you're in the United States, it's very cheap this time, $5, which I think is less than what the CD cost me to send out. Canada, I believe it's $10, and the UK and Europe, it's only $8. Now, if you are a Gemineye Club member, the album will not be $30, it will be $25, and this is all in Canadian funds, so I don't think you can get much better than that. If you convert that into US dollars, it's even less for you Americans. So joy. And same for the British, and for the Europeans, it will be less. So can't go wrong with that. So that's it for the album. Now, I did want to take a minute to quickly talk about the convention. The Nashville Rock and Pod convention was very good. I had a great time. Just give me a second here to show you a couple things. A couple things I obtained at the convention. Here's the official program. And, it was chock full of good things inside there. Sorry, I keep hitting the microphone with this, but there's a write-up on all the podcasts that attended. A little bit about each of them. So this is a really fantastic booklet that got put together, and you got when you were at the event itself. There's the guests that appeared. All kinds of great people, from Michael Wagner, to Mark Slaughter. Sorry, pardon me. Gary Corbett. Jesus, my tongue's tied again. And lots of others. Here's the laminate that I got for being there. FAQ. Another cool thing that happened was they gave out these interesting little pieces of cardboard, which had not cardboard but thick paper, and it was used to get autographs and names of all the other podcasters. We all kind of did it as a moment of solidarity. So I got a lot of my favorite podcasters to sign this, and when I met Mark Slaughter, I had this on me, so I did get Mark Slaughter to sign this for me. So there's an autograph that I will hold in great esteem. A couple other things I picked up while I was there. Anybody who listens to Pods and Sods will understand the significance of this bandana. Thank you, guys. And of course, while I was there, you had to pick up things, of course. And one thing that I just couldn't pass up on was these fantastic books that Julian Gill had. These are individual chapter books from his very impressive complete guide to Kiss on Tour. So this is from the first tour. This is the chapter from the Unmasked tour in 1980. And I had to pick up, of course, the 2016 Freedom to Rock chapter. And I'll just open one of them really quickly. How about the Unmasked one? So if you take a look at it, it's just basically like a breakdown of the tour, the dates, and the information regarding the shows. So great stuff. If you're interested in that sort of minutia, it's great. And another thing that I picked up that was fantastic is I got a Crazy Nights tour itinerary there. Again, if you like the minutia of Kiss tours, what better thing to pick up? It has all their dates from the tours and all the scheduling, whether it's, you know, dates, all the dates, the hotels they stayed in, the contacts, the distances between the different cities, all kinds of great stuff. And another great thing that they did too, which I was very pleased to see, is they made buttons for a lot of the podcasts, and I went out and grabbed as many of them as I could. Here's the Rock and or Roll podcast. Here's a really nice one. This is for Zilch, which is the podcast for the Monkees. It's a really awesome button. Here we have Pop, which is a podcast with Ken Mills, where they talk about pop culture. The world famous Kiss Room. Our good friends at Podcast Rock City. The Pods and Sods Network, which is another absolutely brilliant show. This one I was happy to get. The Double Stop with Brian Sword, a fellow Canadian who I got to meet up. I love his show. He has a lot of great people on his podcast. One of my favorite episodes was the one with Dave Whitman, where he talked about engineering a couple of fantastic Kiss records like Dress to Kill and Lick It Up. A great episode. If you haven't heard it, do go and listen to it. The Double Stop, it is on iTunes. You can find it there for sure. Classic Rock drops. And of course, the Kiss FAQ podcast. So there were plenty of more ones there. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to grab some of the other ones. There's Clock Strikes 10, I believe, is one of the episodes that are actually, instead of me guessing, sorry, let me just put these over here. Instead of me guessing, let me just refer back to this. Yeah, so there was the Decibel Geek, there was the Great Albums podcast, there was the Rock and Roll Geek Show, which is actually the oldest podcast, I believe, in existence. I believe he was doing it way back in 2005, I believe. Not 100% certain on that, but yeah, I know for a fact that he is probably the oldest podcast maybe in existence. Talking Metal, Ages of Rock podcast, That Dandy Classic Music Hour, Cheap Talk was there, Podcast, obviously I'm disappointed I didn't get one of them. The Rock and Metal Combat Show, which is fantastic. Rock Strikes 10, that's the one I was meaning to say. And Hustle. There's a lot of great podcasts. They were all there. Oh, Drunken Lullabies too, excuse me. Cobras and Fire, the Sympathetic Empire. Sorry, the Synaptic Empire. They're gonna hate me for screwing that up. And Tramps Like Us, Sit and Spin with Joe Roylan, and Talk to Me, also, which is another really great podcast. They did a really good episode with a couple of record producers, so you might want to go and check out those ones. They were really well done. So at this point here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just clip or edit in a few short videos that I took while at the Nashville convention. So enjoy. This is going to be it for episode 30. Again, I'm very happy with the outcome of the vinyl record. I hope you are too. I will be sending them out maybe in about a week. I'm going to give the pre-order about another week, and then I'm going to start sending stuff out. Maybe I might even send it out before then, but I'll let you know. But I am going to give the pre-order another week, and then we'll take it from there, and we will be moving on to a lot of other things that I'm very excited about very soon, including the next album. So stay tuned, lots to come. And again, thank you all for your support. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet done so. If you have any friends that listen to these sorts of podcasts and is into progressive rock, let them know. Tell them to subscribe. I really appreciate it. It helps me out tremendously. And if you haven't ordered the album yet, let me just get that one more time here. Sorry, I'm a one-man show here. If you haven't yet ordered the album, please do so. It's a fantastic record, if I may say so myself. And I'm pretty sure it may become a collector's item even. 100 copies only are going to be made of this. I'm like moving forward and going on to new things. So after this has been out for a little bit, we will move on to A Brand New Day, which is the follow-up album to An Ordinary Day. So once again, thank you very much for watching. The information to order the album will be below. And have a good day, and I will see you all soon. Bye for now. Let the madness begin. Here we are, prepping for the big day. Here's the man himself, Mr. Julian Gill.
Morning.
As you can see, the man has been writing all his life and probably hasn't stopped writing since he was like, 18. Because look at all these books. I probably couldn't write this many if I had 3 lifetimes. Look at this. Unbelievable.
Julian, huh?
Yeah.
That's big. You don't happen to have any extra of those zip ties?
Yeah, I do.
I could steal. Yeah.
We bought a two-car garage full of KISS memorabilia from someone who worked for KISS. Wow. That's why Bobby's not here today.
And here we have
He's heading to Birmingham.
very cool vinyl dealer here who goes under the name of Jack's Wax. Here's the man himself. And as you can see here, if you want Japanese stuff, you've come to the right man. So look on Facebook, Jack's Wax. The man knows his Japanese pressings. Especially if you like KISS stuff, check it out. I mean,
Japanese, yes.
Yeah? Is that your specialty, you'd say, or just Japanese in general?
Japanese in general.
Great. As you know, my friends, I am a big fan and buyer of the Japanese, so of course I've already bought 2. And well worth the purchase. He has great prices, excellent condition. So go on Facebook, Jack's Wax. I'm sure he'll be able to hook you up.
In a town near you soon.
That's right. Thanks, Jack.
Thank you.
Maneuverability through here.
Here's the man with the brains behind everything, Chris Sinzak. Say hello.
Hello.
So, as you can see, before the madness begins, everyone is prepping. I never thought I'd be standing close to one of these.
Well, there you go.
Thank you, sir. I'm just going to film it just for my site.
Yeah, absolutely.
So make a note, family. When I go, this is what I want to be put in. Look at that. Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Now this is awesome.
Now, what you see here is an incredible display of buttons that were taken care of and designed by, I believe, this fine, lovely lady over here. Who I believe is, oh, if I can get to her.
Okay,
This being Christine, the button queen.
Hi, everybody.
Sorry,
Sorry, Gary.
Oh, no problem.
Go ahead.
When you're threading the wire through these clips, would you tie a knot as well?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
so essentially the hole, and then a knot, and then 2 lengths. on the
Okay,
other
yeah.
side.
as you can see, we're not only podcasters, but we're interior designers and
Let me
many
tell you
other
something,
things.
folks. Exposure therapy works. I'm terrified of heights. I'm forcing myself to do it. As you can see, I'm sweating profusely. But if you don't do the shit that you're scared of, then the fear never goes away. Rock and roll.
Very good, thank you. And as I was saying there, this is Christine the Button Queen, and we just saw her lovely display of buttons over on the other side there, so we'd like to thank you on behalf of the community.
Absolutely. Wish everybody was going to be here. Thanks for the support, and you know what? If you need some buttons, contact the shows. We will get you some buttons.
Awesome, thank you, Christine.
Sure.